Good morning. Today I hit 100 miles, so that's a good achievement. I'm gonna be heading into Boiling Springs today. I'm only doing an 8-mile day today. Possibly staying at a hostel, I don't know yet. It depends on if they have a room or not. But I'll check in with you guys up trail. So I made a discovery last night while I was filming. Editing. It is not my pack that background noise is coming from. Even though my pack is making noise, it's not the pack that you hear. Not sure what it is yet. Could be the mic. Not sure. But I was listening to, I was trying to edit some video, and one of the clips had the noise in it, and that wasn't even on my pack, so I gotta figure out what that noise is coming from. That way I can reduce it for you. It's about 9:30. Been walking for almost an hour now. I'm about to take my first break of the day, and there's all these rocks. This actually one isn't the worst one. There was one that was a little worse a little while back, but there's people there, so I didn't film it. But the rock, I guess I should use the word boulder, was about my height, maybe a little shorter, probably only 5 feet. And you had to go directly up it. There was no step or anything, so that was fun. But got it done. Well, it's a little before 11:30. Probably not going to be staying at Lisa's hostel because I was just reading that it's reservations only, so unless they have extra room. There was a tent site about a mile out of town, so I have to backtrack for that. Yeah, it's very hot out today, and I actually just met some section hikers, and they were talking about where I went to school for. I was telling them heating and air conditioning, and guys like, you do heating and air conditioning, but you can't fix the weather. What good are you? I'm like, then I'll be out of a job. So, I will say the section hikers definitely have the best sense of humor. So I'm about a mile from town, and right now we're walking next to a farm. And I was looking at far out. It says there's a place you can pay for $2 showers, and it's also a swimming pool. So I might go check that out. I don't know how much it costs to go for a swim. But if I do that, I'll let you know. Also, if I do that, I won't stay at the hostel. I'll just see if there's like a laundromat I can wash my clothes in. So I'll let you guys know what I decide in a little bit. Morning, it is day 7. I'm currently walking back from Kearns. Food. I stayed at Lisa's hostel last night because I was told the trains were really bad by the campsite. So I'm walking back from Kearns to the trail. Well, I'm starting my day off right with some trail magic. There's a guy sitting at the trailhead a little while back. Gave me a Gatorade and a muffin. And since I went to Kearns, I had a lot of extra honey buns I didn't want to throw out. So I gave him some of my honey buns to give to other people. So today's gonna be a hot one. Hopefully it's not too bad though. I was way off earlier when I said it was Saturday and it was day 7. It's Sunday and it's day 9. Yeah, so the days just kind of mixed together. After I said it, I was like, that doesn't sound too right. So I just counted, it's been 9 days. So we're doing good. I was also wrong yesterday when I said I was hitting 100 miles. I'm doing that about 1.5 miles in today. So we'll check in with you guys up trail. Right now my pack's not the most efficient way because when you're buying stuff, they come in like packs of 5, so you don't want to throw them out and waste them. So I got a lot of bars, but I just gonna eat like 3 or 4 of the same ones in one day. So hopefully I like them, otherwise that's okay, be bad because then I'll have to eat 5 or 6 bars or something I don't like. But it's supposed to be getting up to 95 or something like that today. So gonna be sweating a lot and taking a lot of breaks. Not sure if the camera can pick the noise up, but we're directly right next to a shooting range. Of course, they stop shooting as soon as I start filming. But yeah, I've been listening to it for the past mile or so. It's very tempting to want to go over there and see what the rates are to rent a gun and put some rounds down range, but it'd probably be too expensive because ammo's not cheap, and I'd have to rent a gun because I'm not carrying. So I probably won't do that, but it's a thought. Just had to camo up at this little creek because there's not more water for the next 6 miles. So got 2.5 liters of water. Pack is nice and heavy, and we're walking on. But I'm told this whole stretch is very flat, so that's the one good thing about today. And I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but there's also no camping in this area, so you have to do 15 miles to get to Darlington shelter. So we'll check up with you guys up trail. This is interesting. It looks like they got probably cable lines here. They must have came down in a storm or something. But they're probably only like 2 inches above my head. We'll say, even though today's been hot, it's been very nice, very smooth, not many rocks, and I think probably like 200 feet of elevation gain. So it has been a smooth run. I did hear that once you get to the shelter, there's a little bit of a hill, but that shouldn't be a problem. I think I'm still 3 miles out from my water source, but I think I should be able to make it there since I made sure I had extra water on my pack. But we'll check in with you up trail. Just coming off my second break of the day. It's 11:45. Just taking it slow and steady. I was looking at the far out Common Sun next water source. It's probably not going to be very good, but it does look like there's a river right afterwards, so I'll be able to hopefully get some from there. Checked in with you guys a little bit further ahead. Well, it's 12:40. I just ran out of water. I got about 3/10 of a mile till I get some water. It's very hot. It's very hard to carry enough water on a day like today for 6 miles. It's way too much. But I should be able to get water soon. And at least it's been nice and flat today, but I'm assuming there's mountains in the background or what. We're gonna be going up the next few days. So we'll check in with you up trail. Well, I got to the water source and there was very little to no water. So then the comments on far out, it said they go about another 3/10 of a mile and there's a river. And there's plenty of water there, so that's what I did. I got some water and I'm hiking back on the trail. Feels good to have some water. I'm about 4 miles from Darlington shelter, so I'll be staying tonight. And just happy to have some water. Well, I just had lunch under the bridge. I took my shoes off and I soaked my feet in the river. I thought about going all the way in, but the current was a little bit too much for me, and I figured it's better to be safe than sorry. It's currently 1:47. I think I'm still 3.5 miles from camp. It was very hot out today, but that soaking my feet felt very nice. Okay, so I'm at the Darlington shelter. I'm trying out a new meal thing. I got these noodles I'm gonna rehydrate after I boil this water, and this mac and cheese pouch that I got from the store. I've used the microwave ones before, but I haven't used the box ones, so I think they worked out the same, but we are gonna find out. So I let this sit for about 15 minutes with the water in it, and it came out pretty good. It's all cooked, so that's good. It's a little random, but there's just a cat on the top of the hill. Well, it's the end of the day. I did around 15 miles today. The high was 94 degrees, and it's very hot, and it's still around 84 degrees. So, okay, try to get some sleep, but we'll see how it goes. Morning, it is day 10. I had set up my tent because I assumed there was going to be a lot of people at the shelter, because it was the first shelter, the first spot you're allowed to camp for 15 miles. There was one other person there, and he also tented, so I could have stayed in the shelter. But I'm doing resupply today. It's going to be a 5-day resupply to get me to Port Clinton. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll check in with you later. Got 7 miles to Duncan. Just stopped and had a water break. Had to put the bug net on because the bugs are very bad. If you stop for like any time at all, they just swarm you. Going up this nice incline. It's gonna be another hot day today. Gotta go up to 94. It's already 80. I don't think the temperature dropped below 75 last night. So we'll check up with you up trail. Apparently, they were having porcupine issues at this shelter. Should be able to read that. That's a little funny. Just stopped for my 10:30 break. I got a few more miles till I hit town. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet once I hit it, but we'll check in with you later. Got about 2 miles to Duncannon. This has been the descent all the way down. Just lots of rocks. I'm gonna put this away and I'll check up with you guys in town. Sitting at this ice cream place in Duncannon. I just finished my resupply a little while ago. I've been in town since 1, but I've just been floating around different places trying to get some free AC. And I still got about 3.5 more miles to go today. So this is the second one I passed in Duncannon. They have these nitrogen bottles strapped to these telephone poles, and they go up there. I don't know what they go to, but if you guys have any ideas, put it down in the comment section. I would love to hear what they could be, because I have no clue. So I'm currently second guessing my ice cream decisions. See that mountain up there? That's where I'm going up in a couple minutes. It's about 1,100 feet of elevation gain and 1 or 2 miles. So I hope I keep all this ice cream in. This river though is beautiful. It's very big. Got a deer sighting right there. I'm doing pretty good up this climb. I'm about halfway to the shelter. Ice cream's still in the stomach, so that's always good. I think it should be able to stay in there. But I'll check up with you guys up trail. I'm gonna do my sign out here for today. I'm a little less than a mile away from Clark's Ferry shelter, which is where I'll be staying tonight. This is the trail currently. Small little sliver. It looks like it stays that way for a little bit, so I'm walking on this nice ridge line. Good morning. It is Tuesday. It's day 11. It's gonna be another hot one today. It's gonna get up to 93. I'm gonna definitely do at least 6 miles to get to the shelter, then reassess everything. I'm hoping for a 15 again, but we will see how we feel once we get to the shelter. I do have a 5-day food carry because the next resupply is Port Clinton, and I was doing the math on that. It's gonna take me 5 days, and that's if I do 15 miles a day, so we'll see what happens. It's views like this that make it rewarding. Well, it's 8:14. I'm hiking a little over an hour so far. I'm drenched in sweat, and I haven't looked at 4 hours yet, but I'm still at least 3.5 to 4 miles away from the shelter. And then I also looked at the temperature. It's already 80 degrees out, and the low for yesterday was 75. So yeah, it's definitely a hot one today. Just hit another viewpoint today. Looks better in person, but it is very nice looking. I did also just get some trail magic about a minute ago. In terms of some Gatorade. That feels very good. I'm about 2.5 miles from the shelter, so we'll check in with you there. Looks like we got another view coming up here in a second. We're getting all the views today. The sun is way too bright. I cannot see what the camera's picking up, so I hope you're able to see. Man, that's a nice view. I do have to pay for this one a little bit because this one's directly in the sunlight, so can't stand around here long, you'll be baking. Looks like we're getting lucky today with all the viewpoints. It's been a while since we had a few good viewpoints. just walked up into this shelter and this thing is huge. Got 2 stories, a bench inside. It's got 2 bear boxes. There's a spring down there. This thing's massive. So it's a couple minutes before 11. We just left the Peter Mountain shelter. We're gonna keep going because it's way too early to stop for the day. And if I stopped there, that would only give me 6 miles. I want at least 12. It's already about 88 degrees. And the next water source is in 6 miles. So I got about 3 liters on me I'm carrying, so that's fun. This pack weighs a lot right now. But we'll check in with you guys up trail. Well, we're about 3 miles from hopefully what is Trail Magic. There's a comment on our route that there's Trail Magic today. It doesn't give any times, but it says till supplies run out. I'll be getting there around 2, so they might be all out by the time I get there. But right now we're looking at about a 12-mile day, so not too big. I'm planning on camping right afterwards. There should be, if I'm reading the comments right, there should be a stealth site I can camp at. So I'll check up with you guys up trail. Look, the sign says Trail Magic. So I got the Trail Magic. It was a couple who thru hiked in 2023. They had burgers, some snacks, and they took trash and everything, so that was nice. I'm currently about half to a quarter mile away from that parking lot, and there's a small campsite. It's around mile 1168. There's a nice river that runs by here. I soaked my feet in, got my legs a little wet. I cooled off a little bit from the hot day. It looks like it's going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow, but not much. So I got another hot one. Just got to take my time and go slow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It is Wednesday, day 12. Just broke camp. It's a little after 7. Gotta do about a little under 15 miles to a campsite. It's gonna be another hot one today, but just a tiny bit cool, which would be nice. And then it might even thunderstorm tonight, which usually I wouldn't be looking forward to, but it should cool everything down a little bit. There's one other person at camp. This night, he left at 3 in the morning. I guess to try to beat the heat. And I didn't even hear him go, but he told me he was gonna leave that earlier in the day. I'll check up with you guys up trail. Yo, I just saw my first porcupine. I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer. The camera's not really picking it up. There you go, you can kind of see him. I was just sitting down for a water break and just hear this guy come out of the woods. I didn't know they could climb. This picture's not that good, but you can kind of see him. That's cool. The video didn't come out at quite as clear, but it was cool seeing him. There wasn't much I could do to get closer without bugging him, and I don't want to get poked by a porcupine, so it is what it is. It is currently 9:12. I've gone about 3 or 4 miles so far. There's a shelter in between here and my campsite. I'm gonna stop there for lunch. And I think that's about 6 miles away. yeah, nothing new and exciting yet, so we'll check in with you guys later. The rocks are back. I was talking to a few people earlier, and apparently they use their drinking water bottles for pee bottles in the night, and then they dump it out and fill it up with water the next day. So that's a little bit gross, but you know, it is what it is. So I just spent about 2 hours at the Wash Gap shelter. Had lunch, took a little nap. Now we're heading down, and there's supposedly a beaver dam coming up, and sometimes the river there is fordable, sometimes it's not, so they got a blue blaze that you can take if it's not fordable. So I'm gonna try to take the white blaze, but if the water's too deep, I'll just take the blue blaze. Not sure if that's beaver dam or if that's just falling trees, but not seeing any beaver dam unless that was it. But there's definitely very hold up. Hey, I'm gonna put this away before I fall in. That's where I came through. It definitely wasn't bad. It's very watery. You had to step on logs to not fall in. But I didn't see any beavers. I think the dam must be further down. Very disappointed about that. Oh, very squishy here. So we got about 3.5 miles to camp. I think the map says 14.9 total for today. I get better at checking that, but we'll check in with you there. Well, it's very hot out, soaking wet, and there's no tree cover, so that's fun. Hoping to get some tree cover soon, because last mile or so has had very little to none. Tonight we're having some Idaho potatoes with salmon packet. Gets a good mix of the protein and the calories, because this has 30 grams of protein and this has 110 calories per serving. There's 4 servings in this, so it's definitely very filling. Once the water's boiling, you dump the potato mix in, stir it around. Once that's all mixed in, you dump the salmon in, and it doesn't look very good, but it tastes good. I usually try not to cook in my pot, but this is one of the few things you gotta do because it takes up too much space. And yep, there you go. Well, almost got everything done before the rain started. I was just brushing my teeth and then the rain started. It was pretty close to being done, everything. We did about 15-mile day today, and I'm gonna shoot for I think it's 13.8 to 501 shelter. Yeah, so we'll check in with you tomorrow.